black bag insurance because the doctors, when they made house calls, would carry everything that they needed for doing those house calls in a little black bag that they would take around with them. Nowadays, they're going to cover individuals in the medical or dental profession for loss to valuable medical and dental equipment, materials, and supplies, including office equipment, furniture, and improvements and betterments, either on-premise or off-premise. This is not intended for hospitals, schools, or other institutions, but if you've got a clinic where you got equipment that needs to be going from one location to another, especially in rural areas where there may be, 6 or 7 clinics covering a 700 or 800 square mile area. In that case, right, you may not be able to keep the equipment at each of the facilities, and you got to take it from place to place. And this would be able to cover that equipment when it was going from place to place. And then the last and largest section of commercial marine inland coverage is going to be carrier and transit coverage. This is the oldest form of inland marine coverage. Transportation coverage is available to cover the exposures of the shipper, the carrier, or the consignee of the goods. So the 3 parties that are going to have financial interest in carrier and transit coverage: the shipper, this is the person or company that is sending the goods; the consignee, this is the person or company that is receiving goods; and then the in-between, which is going to be the carrier, the company that transports the goods. There are 3 different types of carriers. There's common carriers, transporting the property of anyone that hires them. Examples would be FedEx, UPS. Contract carriers, these are going to be companies that only transport property of others for which they have a written contract or have been hired that directly. Examples would be home or office furniture movers. And then private carriers, these are any companies that transport their own goods. Examples here would be Target, Walmart, Amazon. Those would be private carrier options. The carrier is going to be considered responsible for the safe delivery of their property, and therefore common carrier cargo liability is going to cover that